How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Catterson here with another episode of House of the Dragon, with episode number 3, as I'm excited to get into this and continue what has been a really incredible first 2 episodes. It's really had me hooked, and it's really got me excited to see what's going to happen in this episode. Obviously, we dealt with kind of the fallout of Rhaenyra being named the next to rule after Viserys, and there was quite a bit of controversy, of course, in that matter. Some people were still trying to push for Viserys to marry again and potentially birth a son, so they could try to knock Rhaenyra off the, I guess, contention to being named the next heir, really. So, yeah. And obviously there was the situation with the crab feeder, of course, that Lord Corlys was suffering from, and he was just trying to push Viserys into that position where he would take action, with the latter being a bit, not wanting to be involved unless it was unavoidable, not just that though, but he was also trying to marry off his daughter, who was 12 years old, I think she was. So yeah, and because of the fact that he chose, if there was any person he would choose to marry, it would be Alicent, who would be Otto's daughter, of course. That really pissed off Lord Corlys, and he decided, you know what, fuck you, I'm going to Daemon, and I'm going to take matters into my own hands. You can't do shit anymore because I've lost my confidence in you. So, yeah. So Viserys is making some he's making more difficult calls than Ferrari are when it comes to an F1 weekend. So, yeah, Sundays, perfect opportunity for them two to have something in common. They both fuck up, really, so... No, but it's going to be very interesting to see what does happen in this episode. I'm excited. I do expect that we might have Daemon and Corlys invoking action against the crab feeder, of course, in this episode, since things have been dire for Corlys, and it got to a point where he, like I said, he was just done with Viserys' shit. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. With that said, let's get into episode number 3 of House of the Dragon. Let's go. This guy's like, yo, fucked now! But I don't know if he's going to be surviving this one. Oh! I mean, that's a quicker way to die, I guess, so he kind of did save you. Oh boy, oh boy. I was going to say, this is just Game of Thrones, like... their edition of the 11th Doctor on Trenzalore. Rude!
And while his men sabotage our fleet under the cover of dark.
Not today, Tyler.
The matter of the stepstones is regrettably urgent.
It's been 3 years. It can wait another 3 days.
Ooh, yeah, well, about that, maybe not. Oh, he's got the Lannisters. Oh! Oh, shit! Lannisters! Here we go!
Please.
As I am ceaselessly reminded.
I'm sorry?
As I am ceaselessly reminded.
You would need to be reminded whoever attended to them.
No one's here for me.
I don't know if it's the outdoors or if it's the tension, but it's getting a bit uncomfortably, heat here.
But the crown is not a
Got a
war.
poke here.
The crown is a
Who would have
Princess.
thought?
Though your father refuses to admit it, we've been dragged into it by your uncle and the sea snake.
And now you serve them with late Lady Red wine, waiting cake.
I'm just... Oh boy. Oh boy. Getting really more and more tense, doesn't it?
I don't have a dragon pit, of course, but I do have the means and resources to build one.
Why would you need a dragon pit?
Because he's trying to get to
Dragon,
you.
Of course. I'd do anything for my queen. Or lady wife.
Oh, fuck. He's giving... I don't know why he's giving me Prince Charming from Shrek vibes.
Thank you for the
with
wine.
the voice.
Named heir to the Iron Throne, so that I might only further raise the standing of a Lord of Castle Rock.
Want me to kill him?
Oh! Haha, I was joking.
Return to camp, Princess.
By my side without shame, and feel herself well
But
compensated
they have
for her
Castle
loss of
Rock.
station.
What loss of station?
If you were to name young Aegon heir, Your Grace.
And when would I be doing that?
I had assumed, as he's your firstborn son, many of us had assumed.
Many of us, you say.
Assumption is the mother of all.
Have your bannermen questioned my choice?
What do you make of Lord Jason's proposal?
That man's pride has pride. Who do you have in mind?
Prince Aegon.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I mean, it's a Targaryen thing to, you know. But he's...
The boy just turned 2, Otto. Yes, but it would cease the endless proposals for Rhaenyra's hand.
Otto, you are fucked up!
I came here to hunt.
It's dangerous to go alone. Where's the jump scare? Where's the jump scare? It's getting quiet. Oh, it's a boar! Oh my god, he just got pummeled! Holy shit! Well, at least we got something appetizing for a meal.
But naming her heir would begin to set things right.
Oh, it did.
I never imagined I would remarry. And I would have a son.
And that dream could now become a reality in a sense. Him, like...
What if I was wrong?
crowning Aegon, really.
One more time, Your Grace.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not he's struggling to get through that thing. Golf clap. Golf clap. It took you 2 tries, but you got there. Captured everyone's attention. As she should, Queen.
Certain, but the end is clear. Aegon will be king.
Sheesh.
You must guide Viserys towards reason.
It's just so messed up
He'll
with the
never find
fact
it
that
out.
he is so insistent that Aegon, yeah, he's got a real Rhaenyra who.
Can I pose a simpler question?
Ooh.
Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder thrives, or is vanquished?
She's got a point there, to be fair. Like,
to Dwarfstone, Sir Adam.
what's
And deliver this to Prince Daemon yourself.
the best way of going about this, Viserys? Okay, kill them all.
A family.
I had a family.
What would you have me do?
If it was for advantage, you would have wed Lena Velaryon.
Ooh.
That is true enough.
Yeah, she's spitting out truths there.
You must marry. But I swear to you now, on your mother's memory, you will not be supplanted.
There we go. You are the heir still. Although I don't think everyone else is going to take too fondly about that with Aegon now in the world. Oh, fuck! I don't think he's too happy with this decision. Oh, shit. Yeah. Holy shit. He's going to go charging into that den. Or that cave, should I say. He's just gonna... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Music's so good. There we are! Oh, he's gonna take them all on! Let's fucking go! Look at him go! Look at my doctor go! Oh! Oh shit! There it is! You all fucked up! There it is! Let's go! Oh my god. Fucking badass. You just love to see it. Damon, I fucking, oh my. I love this fucking man so much. Am I talking about Matt Smith or Damon? Both. He is an asshole. But, boy, I can't help but, yeah. And he just cuts him in half. So it's... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that guy... Yeah, he just got... whammied. Yeah. Oh, man. That was so good. I really loved that really loved that ending with how you had Damon just yeah, he just went against the crab feeder and his men on his own. And then the strategy of, you know, cornering all of the men basically for that dragon to just come in and just burn them all to a bloody crisp. It was just really incredible. Baited, and yeah, this was, yeah. Thing is, though, everyone's going to be commending Damon and his strategy. Not just did he just bend the knee. I mean, he did bend the knee, but he had a plan. But he got them all in position, and then the fight was won, really, so... with the fact that the Triarchy just just got obliterated. It was just... Phoy. Yeah. Loved it. Really loved it. I just thought that Craxes was gonna, like, swoop in, because obviously the Dragonat attack wasn't Craxes. But you could tell that Crabvita was... like, he was very understandably. I mean, you don't want to get toasted, and you think that, hey, he's surrendering himself. There's a trick up his sleeve, but Yeah, perfect. Mwah. Yeah, I mean, Damon really decided to take that personally, didn't he, in regards to the fact that his brother wanted to send aid. But, I mean, you've got someone who is going to take the credit for ending this war. And the fact is that he wanted to aid Corlez out and do this himself. And the fact that his brother's like, you know what, I'm going to send help out to you, bro. It's just an offense, really. It just is perceived as weakness. And, I mean, Damon's already credited himself as the more superior brother, you could say, in terms of strength and whatnot. And this is the fact that, I mean, you could really see when he went after the crab feeder, that I feel like it wasn't just, of course, showcasing his strength in general, but also the fact that he was so livid that his brother, I mean, you saw how he essentially shot the messenger. He was so pissed off about the fact that his brother would have the audacity to kind of knock him off his stool, really. So all of that aggression just, you know, is built up as he just lays waste to all of the crab feeder's men. So yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have seen Damon just absolutely slice Mr. Crab Guy, but I think as soon as he went in alone and Damon went in afterwards, we knew it was going to end with Damon surviving anyways, but we knew it was going to end badly for him, and Damon was going to stand tall. I just didn't know how he was going to die. He could have just impaled him. He could have sliced off his head. No, he just cut him in half. So, yeah, Crab Feeder is half the man he used to be. So, yeah. It was a really... And that was our first real battle as well, wasn't it? So, it was a real insane battle. Just seeing Damon just approach everyone and bend the knee, basically surrendering himself. Well, it wasn't a surrender, but gave that impression. It was just really, really incredible for Matt Smith. And like I said, I love Damon so much. I shouldn't, because he is he is so antagonistic, but I just can't help but love Damon. And Matt Smith just does a very, very incredible job at portraying such, I don't know, a likable asshole. I don't know why. So, yeah. But, you know, you see Viserys just trying to mean well, not just to his daughter, which we'll get to in a moment, but also to Damon. I mean, you have Alicent basically suggest what is the best course of action to take, and Viserys just, you know, he tries to mean well to Damon, but Damon is not going to have any of that shit. He doesn't want his brother's help. He finds offense in the fact that you've got someone who is trying to show their superiority when it doesn't need to be shown, because that just goes to show to Damon that he can't do the job. That Viserys will go in and have all the credit, etc. So, yeah. The thing is, though, when people catch wind of this, they might have a bit more... I don't know if they might have a bit more support in Damon because of the fact that he went charging in there. He showcased his strength. Corlez is going to definitely see Damon in a completely more happier light, because of the fact that he ended this war, and he did it in such a badass way. So, and it was badass, lining up all of the soldiers for that dragon to just burn them all to a crisp. Taking a few arrows, but that didn't seem to phase in. He still went charging into Crab Feeder and to the Crab Feeder and sliced him in half and came out looking like a bamf, basically. So, man, it was so incredible, though. I really, really loved it. So, yeah. But this is the thing, though. Daemon could have died in that battle. I mean, it could have gone either way, really. But he would rather die valiantly than... Yeah, he would rather die valiantly than have Viserys aid him out. So he would rather go out looking strong and valiant. And yeah, so... But yeah, that battle sequence towards the end of the episode certainly did not disappoint whatsoever, and I really, really loved it. So yeah, but really, again, a really, really great episode. Obviously, a few years have passed since episode 2, and we've got Aegon now into the scene, who will definitely not be challenging Rhaenyra for the throne. Even though that Viserys is so adamant on the fact that Rhaenyra is still in pole position for the throne when the time comes. There is definitely going to be that decisiveness. The rest of the council, everyone else, you even had a Lannister basically state about the fact that I thought Aegon was going to be next in line. So because of the fact that there is this idea that a female ruling is just going to cause a bit more discourse potentially, and Aegon is pretty much the safest option in order to maintain that stability. So yeah, and it was really, really nice to see a Lannister, even though that Jason was a bit smug, wasn't he? Of course, I mean, Lannisters, right? But you could see him trying to hit it off with Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra wasn't having any of it. If anything, even though that Viserys is pushing her to marriage because of the fact that it would strengthen her claim, obviously, and he wants to look out for Rhaenyra, even though Rhaenyra doesn't want any of it, but he is trying to look out for her. If anything, I feel like she would definitely go with Sir Crispin, because you saw them two bond, and it's not like he approached her with hostility. He cared for her, really, but also had to do his duty, so yeah. But I really, really loved a lot of the moments in this. Of course, there was a lot of, there was a lot of discomfort, really, with Rhaenyra, especially with the fact that everyone is going to be gossiping about Aegon, and everyone's going to be, looking at him, and especially in a future light. And no one's going to be looking at her, really, even though that she is the next in line. But yeah, and there is such a deflated attitude, understandably. I mean, imagine if you are being chosen to lead these people, to be the next one to be queen, basically. And it's only by a default, in a sense, because of the fact that your father didn't have a son, and now he's in the world, and everyone's going to be looking at him because everyone sees, male rulers as in a more superior light than female rulers, and it can be quite, especially with the fact that even if before Aegon was born, people were still trying to push for the fact that you really should marry, Viserys, you really should marry again, just in case you have a son. So there is this dark cloud, and it can create a very, very deflated attitude, and I can see why Rhaenyra was just wanting to not showcase really a supportive attitude in this episode. She went off on her own, and she had quite the attitude, especially with Alicent, and her former BFF, now her mother-in-law, really, which is really, really odd. But yeah, ever since the ending of episode 2, you could really tell that there is quite a divided factor between father and daughter, really, even though that by the end of this episode, you see that Viserys is saying, you're still going to be queen, you know that? I've got your back, basically. So, and this is it, he wants to be a good king. He wants to be a good father. But I feel like, obviously we know that that is, you know, being a good person is not something that you can afford to have, really. You have to make these, like you see Otto trying to push bloody Rhaenyra and Aegon together. That would be very, very solidifying for the future of the realm. But you see Viserys just being disgusted about the idea, so, like, especially with the fact that, I mean, they're related anyways, but he's only 2 as well at the end of the day, so, and they're already carving out his future when he can barely, can hardly speak, really, so, yeah, but you see him wanting to be a good father, to Rhaenyra, but obviously it is a very, very difficult scenario, of course, so, like, you see him trying to put his foot down, really, with Rhaenyra wanting to, with Rhaenyra's claim to the throne. But the forces around him are just not going to have that, you know, same opinion, really. They have kept, like, even when Rhaenyra was the only claim to the throne, they kept pushing him to marry, so there is that prospect that he could potentially have a son. And now he has a son, so that the pushing is going to be even greater, obviously. So, yeah. Although I do have to say the fact that Rhaenyra came back with the boar that was slain is such a badass statement, isn't it? Considering that everyone surrounded Viserys, saw him struggle. I mean, some might chalk that up to the drink that he was on, etc. But still, it sends out such a statement. I mean, you saw everyone just looking at Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra coated in blood. It was a badass statement, you can't deny that. So, but again, it's showcasing the kind of, you're depriving Viserys from that strength that he can't really show. He's trying to showcase strength, but it's not there. With Daemon as well, like Daemon is gonna, in a more aggressive stance, of course, because of his nature, he's going to deny Viserys that strength, even though that people have been ushering for, like the Corlys, for example, he was trying to usher Viserys to help out, yeah, and the moment he does so, Daemon showcases his strength, so it's a spite in his face, really. And it's the same with Rhaenyra, like, she just comes back casually with a boar in tow, and she has the eyes of everyone, whereas Viserys, he struggled to kill that stag. So, like I said, you can make excuses, etc. Like, people will probably make excuses in regards to Viserys not being able to kill the stag as effectively as one would expect the king to do so. But still, just to showcase the strength that Rhaenyra has compared to Viserys, and then you've got Daemon, who is just a badass. Yeah, he might not be king to everyone else, like he might not be the right candidate to be king, but there is still a showcase of strength, really. So, yeah, but it is really, really great to see, like, all of these politics going on. Like, I'm really, really loving a lot of the aspects in this episode. The characters are just very, very incredible. Cinematography, especially in the battle sequence, was just insane. And I'm just really, really loving these 3 episodes. It's just been a very tremendous blast so far, and House of the Dragon has just been killing it. I mean, we've still got several episodes left to go, granted, but I am having a really, really fun and amazing time with this show, and I'm just waiting for next Monday to roll around, because it's just going to be like, if it's going to be anything like these 3 episodes, it's going to be continuing my enjoyment with the show. But it's just been really, really incredible. So I've really loved how things have been so far with House of the Dragon. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my YouTube feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care. I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!